Yeah, so I just quickly mentioned that we're going to do it's Tone It Tuesday, everybody. So did you feel your bums from last week when we did you know, those the dog pee poses and get into your bum? This week, we're going to have a look at the arms. Hello, Sarah, through the wall. I always think it sounds like Alice through the looking glass. It's Sarah through the wall. Yeah, so if you do have wrist injuries or wrist pain, or you're not used to bearing weight in your arms, then using a wall, or you could quickly go and grab a kitchen chair. We can use those to sort of take some of the strain off. All right, so take a comfortable seat. Lovely to see you all here. Thank you for coming. I always worry that I'm going to turn up and no one will turn up. I'll be on my own on Zoom. So it's lovely that you come. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So take a big breath in. I hope you're doing okay on this Tuesday morning. Lift your chin, take your ears back. And we're settling into a bit of a routine here in lockdown morning coral. So take your ears back, take your shoulders back. Just settle into a lovely deep breath in and out. And if you haven't done very much yoga before, don't worry, I'll take you through this. I'm not going to be killing you off. It's just 10 minutes to yourself in a little zone every day will help set you up for the rest of the day. As you remind yourself this, as you find your breath here and you find a centering here, this nice feeling is always there. In the Anusara invocation, it's Nishprapanchaya, which means it's a double negative. It means never, excuse me, never not present. So this feeling is never not present. We just get too busy and pulled out of ourselves to remember it. So take a couple of breaths here just to remember Nishprapanchaya, never not present. Okay, and then gently open your eyes. Good morning. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the arms. We're going to do a little bit of work into the triceps and biceps. And as we do that, I want you to be really cautious. I've got a frog in my throat. Of your hands. So when you've got your hands on the mat, you really want to have this index knuckle and this thumb. So this L-shaped part of your hand is really important to keep it down on the mat. We tend to want to pop that up and rest on this edge of the hand, and that can start to cause you wrist pain. But there's tiny little bones here which can cause pain if we weight bear here. So really think about spreading the hands like crazy and having the weight, especially here and in this L part of your hand. All right, so start by interlinking your fingers and opening them up, so leaving space for each finger. As you do this, this is how wide your hands need to be, so you create this beautiful foundation when we're doing planks and lovely things like that. Okay, who doesn't love a plank? All right, and then grasp your hands, give the wrists, create a figure of 8 shape. Okay, and then here's the brain teaser. See if you can make your figure of 8 go in the other direction. I always have to stick my tongue out to do that. Okay, well done. And then once again, starburst your hands. This is really good to do actually if you've been typing all day. We can start get into the carpal tunnel there. All right, and then you're going to come onto your knees and turn your fingertips towards your own knees. Okay, and as best you, some of you might not be able to turn them fully round like I've got, maybe they'll just come to the side like this, but do the best you can and then start to lean into them. This will get easier if you see how I take my body weight forward, trying to keep the heel of the hand down, pressing through that index knuckle. See if you can stretch back, sit back a little bit, and again you'll get this lovely stretch into any aching wrists if you've been carrying heavy stuff or doing lots of yoga like I was yesterday that ache, or if you've been typing a lot. Okay, and then just rock backwards and forwards a couple of times into that. Don't overdo it. Wrists are pretty delicate. Okay, and then come up to a seat. And do you remember we did this the other day? I want you to imagine that you've got some water on your fingers and you just start to flick. So if you can, I don't know whether you can hear that, I'm actually making a noise with my fingernails and putting energy into my hands. Okay. And then reach your hands out in front of you. And we'll start to warm up the forearms and the wrists. Maybe a little bit of warmth starts to come in there. And we'll do this forward for another 10. Smile. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Don't put them down. Keep flicking and bring them out to the sides. Again, for another 10. Keep flicking, Margaret. I can see you. No pausing. 9, 8, 7, 6. You have to smile. 4. Oh, I missed 5. 4, 3, 2. Can you feel it? Isn't that good? And then let that go. Okay, give them a little bit of a shake. We often neglect this part of our forearm, gives the wrists a circle. Okay, so for the next one, come onto your knees and then walk your knees back and check out my hands. I've got them really spread wide. And as I'm got them on the mat here, my little finger is wider, slightly wider than my shoulder. So don't be tempted to have them to see how this is under my shoulders. That's going to make life very hard for my shoulders. So if I have them outer shoulder width apart, okay? Then walk your knees back so that you're just on the knees. Or if you've got lots of energy this morning, you could tuck your toes and come to plank. Okay, and hold it here in plank. And then those of you, some of you hold this if you're happy being here. If you're not, you could come to the wall and you can do your plank here. Or you could come to a chair and you can do your plank here. Takes a bit of the weight off. And obviously you can bring your knees down as well, of everyone else. Okay, then everyone bring your knees down if you've been there a while and push back to child's pose. Okay, you're going to play with that a little bit. Okay, so come forward and then you choose your option. Knees down, knees up, wall, chair, you choose it. Tuck your toes, come with me to plank. Okay, and then get light on your left hand, come onto the fingertips and then replace the hand. Come onto the fingertips of your right hand and replace the hand. Come onto the fingertips of the left hand again. Maybe you can lift it up and give your right elbow crease a little rub. Imagine there's something on it. Hold it. Give it a rub for 3, 2, 1. And then switch hands. You can just either come onto the fingertips or use your right hand in the elbow crease there. And again, imagine there's something on it. That's just a distraction, really. That's not actually doing anything. Replace it. Bring your knees down and push your bum back. And then be honest with yourself. You know, if you are getting wrist pain or it's a bit too much, do use one of these other options. Okay, so for the next one, I suggest everyone, unless you're a triathlete or something, everyone have your knees down. Okay, and then just move this aside so I'm sure you can see me. I want you to turn see how I've turned my fingertips and I'm using on the edge of the mat. And my fingertips are turned out to the side now. See how they're on the wooden floor there? And then my hands are out. Can you see that? Have the shape forward. Okay, now I want you to bend your elbows out to the side as if you're bringing your nose to the mat, but keep from your nose to the crown of your head straight. And then straighten your arms. Bend them with a big cheesy grin on your face. And straighten. Bend. Are you enjoying it? Tone it Tuesday. And straighten. Bend it. And straighten. Hold it here and think, oh my goodness, I love this. I love coming to yoga. I love Sarah's yoga. One more breath. And then straighten it up. You can always kid your brain, you see. Child's pose. Okay. Come back up. Everyone doing okay? And then we're going to do this. This is sort of more of a traditional one with our index finger pointing forward. Remember the hands are shoulder width apart so we don't get any shoulder issues. Knees down and then lift your chin. I want you to imagine not that you're bringing your face to the mat, but you're trying to put you're trying to put your nipples on your thumbs like this, okay? So not your face down, you actually want to come forward. Bend your elbows towards your waist and bend. We're only doing 5, so you can do this. Press through those knuckles. Don't let that index knuckle lift up. Down again, and push the mat away. Down, bend your elbows, push the mat away. That was 3, you're doing well. Bend the elbows, and remember, you could always just end up doing 3 if you wanted. That was 4. Bend the elbows, and that was 5. You're so strong. Push back, child's pose. If you need, maybe you need a little break now, and you can give those wrists a little break and a bit of a love. Okay, and then the next one. So the next one, I'll show you my hands. I'll come over to you. I'm going to put my thumbs together and my index fingers together like this. So it makes a little love heart in the middle of my mat. So again, make sure that you're not just in this sort of square shape. You've got to walk your knees back. And remember, you could be at the wall or your chair as well. And lift your chin. And again, it's like you're bringing the center of your heart towards that heart. So don't think about trying to put your nose in it. All right. So look up. Your nose comes towards the top of your mat. We're going to do 5. All right. You ready? But you're really excited, aren't you? Bend your elbows and straighten them. Bend the elbows and imagine you're pushing the mat away through the knuckles. Bend the elbows. Push it away. Bend the elbows, push it away. Bend the elbows, push it away. I lost count, so we'll do 1 more for luck. And push it away. Awesome, everybody. Push back. Child's pose. Lengthen the arms out. Lovely. And then come up to a seat. Again, give your wrists a little bit of loving. Move it around. I do have some people with, plates and things in their wrists, and there's always the option to do some of your poses like this on fists as well. So wrists doesn't mean that you can't do yoga. Turn yourself around. All right, bring your legs out in front of you. And once again, if you have your hands down by your bottom with your fingers facing towards your heels, and then keep them that wide. So don't be tempted to bring them in or go out too crazy wide. Drag them back. So you can see mine are just on the edges of my mat. So most people need to use the full width of their mat. Index fingers kind of directed towards your bottom cheeks. And then wrap your shoulders back, wrap the elbows back and lift your chin. Now, as you press into your hands, your bottom might not even lift off the mat, but that energy of trying is still really toning for the triceps, and you're doing something even if your bum doesn't come up, okay? But maybe some of you can press into the inner edges of your feet, your index finger knuckles, and then lift your bottom just an inch. And then lower it down. So don't let it actually touch, let it hover. And then lift up your bottom maybe a bit higher. And then do what you can. Lower your bum, press into the hands and feet, and lift your bum. Just the highest you go is your bottom level with your knees. Otherwise, we start going into back bends. And then bring it down. Keep looking towards your own tummy. So try not to throw the neck and head back, and lower it down. Straighten it up and lower it down. Once again, I've lost count. So we're going to do 1 more. And then we're going to do another one for luck because it's Tuesday. Lovely. And then bring that bottom down. Fantabulous. Come round, face me. Okay. And then bring the arms out to the side. So this time flex your wrists. And I want you to imagine a circle about the size of a side plate, a little side plate. Straighten your arms and your wrists are going to make a little circle. Go backwards so that you get that lovely shoulder opening about the size of a side plate. And then make sure, well done everyone, your arms are completely straight. So not too big, Noya, just a small circle, a small subtle circle. Lift your chin and make sure you don't take this into the trapezius muscles. The trapezius muscles are very aptly named because you can trap and get up in the neck here. So smile. That's the best way to let those muscles go. And then start to speed it up. Circle your shoulders and your hands going around for 5 deep breaths. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then sweep your hands around your back. Interlink your fingers if you can. And remember, we always bend the arms to get into the side body. Get the head of the arm bone back. And then stretch your arms back. Again, remember to lift your chin so that it's level with the earth. You don't want to drop it because that'll get you tense. And you don't want to crunch back. So take your palate back, lift your hands, give yourself a stretch out. That's really fabulous work, everyone. And then again, release your hands. Give your wrists one more chance for a bit of love. Figure of 8 in one direction, infinity symbol. And then go in the other direction. And then switch the grip. Squeeze in, so that spacing that you've got in your hands, keep that spacing as you extend your hands wide and then bring them to Anjali Mudra at your heart. Take a big breath in. I hope you feel your arms for today. Namaste. As you've toned it Tuesday. Well done, everybody. Lovely to see you. Wednesday, Ben's Day tomorrow. Don't worry, it's not crazy, crazy stuff. Just a little bit of back bending and back spinal opening and extension. Okay. As usual, feel free to unmute. Oh, homework. This piece of homework has come from my friend Lizzie in the corner there. I said to her, what can I get them to do? She said, everyone's got a junk drawer. Have you got a junk drawer? I've got one right there. It's got my incense and candles and it's a bit of a shitstorm. So find your one drawer today and tidy it up. Simon's got a man drawer in the kitchen as well. I'm going to make him tidy up his man drawer and I'm going to tidy that top drawer. So tidy it up, a bit of a clear out. Everyone's got one of those drawers. Who doesn't have one of those drawers? Because you can come around and do, I've got a few.